This is my opening talk for this understanding the relationship between the structure of Qualia and the information grant. As I said, thanks everybody for preparing the talks and posters, and I hope that many things, interesting things comes out of this meeting over 2 days. And remember that this is just the first one, and hopefully this 2 days will be just a facilitating introduction and also building a trust for future collaboration and new ideas. So also, I want to first thanks to all to this core team, admin team for the Qualia structure, and they are the ones who are meeting bi-weekly and then planning this events, and also support team for students and postdocs in this group helped running this organization. All right, so just briefly, just to remind you about what this Qualia structure grant is all about. This is supported by Japan Society for Science or Scientific Research, and it's called Transformative Research Areas B. And here we have the website, and I'll also paste my presentation to the chat box so that you can actually see it later or even now. And our basic idea is to understand or characterize the sort of shape or relationship of the qualia or sensation or perception or conscious perception in some way, and also record the neural activity from the brain, and then to extract the information structure or shape, and then trying to find the correspondence between them as a sort of the next step or breakthrough in consciousness research. And why we are talking about sort of the structure here in both information or qualia is that as some mathematicians said previously, mathematics is a language to go into the deep into the philosophy and so on. And I have some other quotes at the end from Newton. He also says the same thing. And more concretely, this is from Masafumi's website. Previous neuroscience typically try to relate sensory inputs to the brain activity, but what we are interested in is the relationship between the brain activity to the subjective experience. So hallucination or dreaming or imagery will be exact kind of the interesting phenomena that we are interested in. As a sort of a concrete project, what we are trying to do is to first quantify or identify the shape or structure of the qualia in some way. And that's done by me and also Moriguchi-san, who is going to study young kids and babies, and in collaboration with Steve and Hayato, who is a category theorist, mathematician. And then I, Koizumi, and also Makiko Yamada are going to measure and so manipulate the brain. And then Masafumi, together with some mathematicians, try to extract the information structure, and then eventually try to find correspondence between these two domains. And one overarching ideas for how we do it, differently from others is so-called the Yoneda lemma approach. Although philosophers have said that it's very important, difficult or impossible to describe or characterize the redness of the red. This is a problem of qualia. We can actually try to characterize redness of the red through the multiple relationships or similarity relations with other colors, and then try to characterize the redness through the relationship, not itself. And that's based on some mathematical theory called the category theories and so on. Tomorrow, especially, you will hear from Hayato and Steve here. So that's the sort of the overall ideas of the Qualia structure grant. Okay, and the rest of my talk will be a bit more sort of organizational or housekeeping kind of things. And so first, I want you to facilitate or encourage asking questions and also promote discussions. with a goal to find a potential collaboration ideas, new ideas for studying consciousness. And Zoom is a bit difficult to do because 40 people at the same time cannot speak at the same time. But together, if we are going to after the first highlight talk session, it's going to allow you to all speak at simultaneously. So try to use gather format and then try to achieve this one first. And then the second thing is that upon finishing this grant meeting, I hope that some of you suggest, let's say, reading groups or journal clubs or whatever invitation to speak each other's laboratory, so that we can know each other better. And for that purpose, PIs, please keep your time for speech to 5 minutes. Others already, did a great job for the 2 minutes talk presentation. So a format called the APCN, Asia Pacific Consciousness Research. And here we have this Slack invitation here. And then again, this is something that you can continue to discuss this type of research. And one thing, a couple of things to tell you that what is sort of the motivation for you to contribute to coordinate structure A. Research-wise, it allows you to do more bigger scale international and also interdisciplinary interesting studies. Here we don't, for example, have any animal experimentalists, but if we go to A, that's totally feasible. And also another thing is that for the PIs, less worry for funding for 5 years, which is really substantial. And also if you are around that stage, we can hire postdocs with this money quite a bit. And that's another thing. And another thing that would be interesting to everybody is this in summer school. So we are thinking of doing summer school on consciousness research, which I organized a couple of years ago. That's very interesting and also stimulating, like 3 weeks of continuous discussion with colleagues with a similar discussion. So yeah, similar interest. It is guaranteed to give you long-term benefits almost. Okay, so this is a list of the consciousness talks. Ariel and also Kenshin, you will see in a minute, are helping, but we are also interested in getting some help or suggestion for topics or speakers. And we've been doing this quite actively, but if you are starting or have already accounts for Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, and then if you can help us promote any of the research coming out of the group, that would be always great and positive for trying to get us to the A. So please consider if you haven't done that, and if you are already doing it, then just if it's tweet, then just add this kind of thing when you are doing it. And then finally, this is for only Japanese people, but this we are doing this mascot Grand Prix or sound Grand Prix recently, and so please also spread the words about these things using this poster or Twitters. So that's it for me. I think I'm almost